So I became a film critic. I was a protege of Paul Keitel, which happened by coincidence, but anyway, I ended up going to UCLA Film School, and I was a critic for the LA Free Press. I had a magazine for several years. I wrote a book of theological aesthetics for UCal Press. And then life dealt me a few kind of blows, and I found myself in a dark place. And so I realized that it was time. I had to turn to fiction in order to get out of this place. I had to create this character, or else I was going to become him. And that character was Travis Bickle. So I wrote that script as self-therapy and put it in a drawer, and didn't come back to Los Angeles for almost 6 months.
Okay, pull over to the curb over there. Right over the curb, right over there. No, don't. Oh, the fucking meter. What are you doing? What are you doing? Hit the meter. Did I tell you to put, did I tell you to do that with the meter? Put the meter back. Let the numbers go on. I don't care what I have to pay. I didn't say I'm not getting out.
When I came back to LA, I went back to reviewing, and I reviewed Sisters and interviewed De Palma. And it turned out he played chess. And so we were playing chess. And I said to him, you know, I wrote a script once. He said, no. I said, yeah, you know, I wrote it. It's called Taxi Driver. I wrote a script. You want to read it? He said, oh, okay, I'll read it. So he read it, and he liked it, and he gave it to Marty, and he said, I think this is really something you would like. And so then I met Marty, and he was in town editing Mean Streets. And you know, we've been friends ever since. I was reviewing for the LA Free Press, and I saw Pickpocket, and it knocked me out, and I reviewed it 1 week, and then I went back and reviewed it a second week. Then the editor told me I couldn't review it the third week in a row. I had never thought that I could be a film writer or a filmmaker. It just wasn't. I was a critic. That was my strength. That was my personality. And I looked at Pickpocket and I said, well, here's this guy. He's in his room. He's writing a journal. He gets out. He does some stuff. He goes back in his room. I said, I could make a film like that. And sure enough, several years later, I wrote Taxi Driver, which is about a guy in his room who goes out and writes in his diary.